Hello, Dustin Hillis here with Tough Stump Technologies. We're here at the Tough Stump Rodeo. We have Brian from Ditto, and they are the reigning champion of the Tough Stump Rodeo. He's got the belt to prove it. Seeing if he could defend that belt this year. Brian, tell us a little bit about what does Ditto do, and then next let's talk about what did Ditto do at the rodeo to win the belt. But first start with a little bit of an overview of Ditto.
Sure. Ditto is a small software company. We focus on resilient edge sync of devices at the edge. So clouds are optional, servers optional. Our bread and butter is to connect things at the edge in a reliable manner so that everybody sees the same information, the same common operating picture, and stays on the same page.
Very cool. So now tell us about last year. How did you win the belt? What was the scenario?
So last year we brought together all of the radio companies that were out here. So this is a great thing about the rodeo is all of these different vendors, all these different technologies come together, and they're, instead of looking to compete, we're looking at how can we collaborate, how can we innovate together. So we took the four major Man-A radio companies that were out here. We had Persistent Systems, we had Trellisware, we had Domo Tactical, and Silvis, and we were able to incorporate them all into one data mesh.
Yep.
Using Ditto. So we combine that with the Android devices that have Bluetooth Low Energy and Wi-Fi aware, and now you've got users on the Silvis network that are chatting with users on the NPU network, and it's all seamless. It's all at the RF layer only, so we don't need boxes and cables and things to tie it together.
Yep.
So we did a number of things last year at the rodeo, but I think that was the one that tipped us over the top and won us the belt.
Now tell us about this year. What you guys got cooking this year?
This year we've been involved in a few different exercises and demonstrations. So we have our ATAC Edge Sync plugin, which provides, again, resilient, reliable sync at the edge, so your devices can communicate peer-to-peer, even when you don't have connectivity back to your TAC server. So we've been demonstrating and testing with that. We also are expanding the Ditto SDK to allow for streaming data peer-to-peer, so things like audio traffic, maybe in the future even video traffic and other information. So we demonstrated our push-to-talk application, which sends basically audio from my device directly to your device over Bluetooth or Wi-Fi. No need for a cell tower, no need for a Wi-Fi access point, just directly peer-to-peer.
That's game-changing.
We also did some integration and testing with some of the radio companies that are out here. In particular, we integrated Gotenna into our mesh, and then we did some over in the Net Warrior test lane. We were doing some testing over Trellisware and the Harris 163 radios.
That's excellent. Can we see what it looks like a little bit? See if we can get this on video.
If you can get it here in the
I'll
bright
block the sun a little
in the
bit.
bright sun, what you're looking at on the right is what we call the presence viewer, and there's a number of peers that are on the network, and if we can see it clear enough, there'll be some blue lines that represent Bluetooth Low Energy connections. There's some pink lines which are peer-to-peer Wi-Fi, which gets us super fast Wi-Fi speeds without needing an access point. So I can send you a picture. If somebody takes ATAC to take a quick pic of a target, I can share that in a second or two of peer-to-peer Wi-Fi without any infrastructure or radios. Also on this network, there's some of the other Man-A radios that are incorporated into the network.
That's awesome. What has your thoughts been about just the rodeo in general and the environment? What's that like out here for people that have never been here?
So this is my third time coming out, and I enjoy it, and I'm challenged every time I come out. I appreciate not only the challenging and austere conditions, where it gets real. This is, real conditions, and we have to prove it. We go out and demonstrate and see what works and what doesn't work, and we learn and we iterate. But the other side, I alluded to a little bit earlier, is the innovation and the collaboration. So it's not necessarily everybody competing or trying to one up, but how can we actually work together? How can we build something and bring this piece of tech with this piece of tech to solve a problem for the end user?
Love it. Anything else that you'd like to add for the YouTube listeners?
I just appreciate Tough Stump for putting this on, and the locals for hosting us out here. It's a great environment, and I'm looking forward to see who we hand this belt off to this year.
That's awesome.
Thanks again for having us.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.